So, it was towards 2 weeks before Christmas, as of the time of this recording, one YouTuber decided to play the Christmas-themed Fnaf fan game. And the one question on everyone's mind that I made up was, what was he thinking? What was his opinion? What did he think about the game? Nobody knows until you finish this video. So let me tell you the tale about how this YouTuber made a video talking about the Christmas Fnaf fan game.
So guys, it's me, KLman64, and today we're going to be doing another video talking about another Five Nights at Freddy's fan game. And this time we're going to be talking about a different game, and the game is Return to Freddy's 2 Winter Wonderland. And this game was Christmassy themed. So I was like, you know what? It's December, so why don't I play it and make a video talking about it? And that I did. And dude, this game genuinely surprised me. And like, yeah, without further ado, let's just basically jump right into this. And before you do that, remember to sit back, relax, hit that like and subscribe button. And yeah, let's go into some history. So now, the history of Return to Freddy's 2 Winter Wonderland. This game was made by Luminance Productions, a team of a bunch of talented people at what they do, and they made this game so awesome, and I hope they continue to make more games because this one was great. I would name off all the people that made this game possible, but I'm not good at pronouncing names. And this game is a remake of the original Return to Freddy's 2,
made by Tyler Alstrom.
And this person's kind of a controversial figure, and it would take an entire another video to talk about every other game they made, so I'm not doing it today. And yeah, the game released March 27th, 2021. And that's kind of funny because it's March and it's not December. It's kind of hilarious. I heard of Christmas in July, but not Christmas in March. And it's just such a funny release date for such a Christmassy game. So yeah, that's some brief history on Return to Freddy's 2 Winter Wonderland.
I thought I heard you guys out here.
Freddy? Is that you in there?
Yeah, it's me.
So now the story of Return to Freddy's 2 Winter Wonderland. Yes, I have to say the full title of the game is Something Happened at Fredbear's Family Diner. And then after what happened in Fredbear's Family Diner, they reopened the place and changed the name of it to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. And then after they did that, they hired a night security guard to keep watch of the place, and that security guard is you. And after every night, you'll get these mini games where you're walking to the pizzeria, and you could just walk to the pizzeria like anyone would do, but you know, this is a Fnaf fan game, so you don't actually do that. Instead, you walk up to the glitchy snowmen.
You're a fake and a fraud.
Because those have secret mini games behind them, or at least as secret as you can get. And they're like these mini games where it depicts events that I think happened before the game. I don't know. That's all I really got. And the first one is you play as this kid and you go into another room. You see the green guy and the purple guy, and you follow the purple guy. And after following the purple guy, what do you think the purple guy does to the kid? A, does he kill him? B, does he let him live? If you answered with B, you're wrong, because of course he fudging kills the kid. This is the purple guy. He's the man behind the slaughter. And so that happens. After the next night, you go to the snowman, you'll access the other minigame where you play as a ghost child. And then you have to go back to the same room where you died at and go to the box, and now you're possessing the puppet. And then the next night's secret minigame is you play as the puppet and you have to awaken the animatronics to give them life. And then the next mini game after that is where you play as the green guy, and the green guy follows the puppet till he goes to a random room with some spring lock suit that I think is named Frank Burt or something. I'm not too sure on that, but I think it is. And then the purple guy walks in, and then the mini game ends. And then the next thing that happens in the story is actually, I think, in main events now. After you beat Night 5's the Night Guard, he will try to leave the place, but he's snowed in.
It's been one of those days.
And then you see Spring Bonnie, and you have to do Night 6. After you do that, you hear the puppet's music box from Fnaf 2 play down the hallway, and the game cuts to the credits. That's the story of Return to Freddy's 2. Now I'm going to be honest, that's all I could get. I don't actually know what's going on. I genuinely don't. And I kind of don't really care to know, to be honest, because it was a fun time. I think for a FNAF story, it's definitely a Five Nights at Freddy's story. You play a million FNAF games, you kind of know how the story is gonna go. Oh yeah, I think it's pretty okay. And now we're gonna move on to the gameplay. So it is time to talk about the thing I'm most excited to talk about, and it's the gameplay. First, I'm gonna go over the stuff I'm not really a big fan of, and it's the end of night mini game. And there are two sets of end of night mini games, and the first end of night mini games are ones that are special to that night and are not really shared, and then the other ones are the ones where you have to go to the pizzeria. We're going to talk about the first end of night mini games, which are the special ones. Night 1 does not have any, but Night 2 has one, and Night 2 is my favorite because that one is just so good. It's where you're in the hallway and you're repairing the generator, and you have to make sure the letters that are falling down match up with the letters that they're supposed to fall onto. Wow, you're also making sure Freddy doesn't get you, and you have to hold your light on him or just look at him so he doesn't get to you. And it's just so cool and intense. It gets so intense and it's just so fun. Now, Night 3 is where I kind of get a little bit mad, mostly because I was unlucky and the key, because the objective is to find a key, and it's in the same style as those other mini games where you have to you have to go to the pizzeria. And yeah, the objective is find a key. It sounds simple, but it's just kind of annoying, at least for me, because the key spawned in a room that had a bunch of animatronics in it. And so I had to literally lure them out so it wouldn't be so tedious and annoying. And that's the problem with it. It's just tedious and annoying, and it's just not that fun. I spent 12 minutes trying to get it, and when I finally got it, it was great. And I got to move on to the other night. Now, Night 4 is, I think, by far the worst one, because I was kind of stupid and I decided to not read the text on the left side of your screen. That really helps you out. So I was just having the worst time, and it made me really mad. But other than that, it's still kind of tedious because of all the stuff you have to do. And I had to switch the mouse pad just so I could do it because my other one was too small. And so yeah, it wasn't that really fun for me. This was kind of annoying, and it's just not the best parts and service thing I've ever did, because the mini game is you're doing parts and service on Frank Burt, on the Frank Burt suit, and it was just kind of annoying for me. And the only part that I can say was cool was like the ending part where you're supposed to be opening the chest panel, and then after you do, you get a pseudo jump scare which shows a bunch of blood inside the suit, and that was kind of cool, I guess. But yeah, those were those end of night mini games. I just think that they were not that good. But the other end of night mini games that you get at the end of every night after those mini games were kind of fun. I liked the pixel art. I liked the aesthetic of it. It was really nice and Christmassy, and it's like wholesome until you get to around Night 2 and you start seeing some people that look kind of distorted, and they're just like grayed out and they don't say anything. And then on Night 3, there's a lot more distorted people. At the end of Night 4, before you get to Night 5, the entire world is completely grayed out with this filter that makes it look weird, and there's just no one there. It's just kind of creepy and eerie, and there isn't even really any music playing, and that was pretty cool. So those were the end of night mini games. Now it's time to talk about the main dish. So now it is time to talk about the actual gameplay of the game, the knights in the game. These are so good, and we're just gonna kick it off with the first mechanic that you're gonna be probably using so much is the spotlight. Spotlight is on your roof and it moves where you move your mouse, like in normal Fnaf games you move side to side. It moves like that, and you have to use control to use it, but you can also in the front hallway just use the mouse for some odd reason, and it's not for any other hallway. That's just something weird I noticed about the game. But yeah, you're gonna be using that thing a lot. And next mechanic is the puppets music box, where you can actually see it wind down in every other camera in your left corner, and you wind it up in the camera that the music box is in. When you wind it and you just hold click on it like in Fnaf 2. And it goes hand in hand with the other mechanic being the generator in your right hallway. The generator will go down over time, and it will start having a warning logo on it. And when it starts beeping real loud, you have to go to that camera and you have to press yes on rebooting the system. And then when you reboot it, everything will go back online. But animatronics can cancel out, but they can't stop it from rebooting, which is real awesome. And the reason I say it goes hand in hand with the music box, because when the game gets intense and you're trying to reboot the system, you have to watch as the music box is going down. You're like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it, but you can still land, and it just feels so good and so rewarding when you do that. And so now it's actually time to talk about the animatronics. Which the animatronics are Freddy, Bonnie, and Chica. Freddy and Chica work almost exactly the same. Freddy will come from your right hallway, and Chica will come from your left hallway. And when they enter your room, you just have to put on the mask. But don't keep the mask on too long, because it is toxic and it will kill you. I never died to it because I was not stupid enough to keep the mask on. And also, it won't fool Foxy, which I'll get to him in a little bit. You have Bonnie. He will come from your front hallway, and you could hold the light on and it will go away, but that doesn't change anything. You'll still get into your office and you have to put the mask on. And now you have the other three animatronics I call special gimmick animatronics, being Foxy, Sugar, and Doug. I'm gonna start out with Sugar. Sugar works like Bonnie. When you see her in the front hallway, you could hold the light on her and she'll go away, but then you have to put on the mask after you pull up the camera. Then she'll come from your left hallway and she'll like tilt to like the side a little bit so you can just see her, and you have to use the light to make her go away. And that's how she works. Foxy works kind of the same, but without coming into your office and you have to put on a mask. Because when he does, you'll die. So if you see him in your front hallway, hold the light on and it'll go away. But he can also come from your right hallway, and when you hear like a bunch of noises, you'll know he's there, and he'll lean in and you have to use the spotlight on him and he'll go away. And you have Doug, the most unique animatronic in this entire game, because when he leaves the stage, you are in a panic because you've got to find him before he finds you. And you gotta see him in two cameras. At least he only spawned in two cameras for me, being the left and right hallway. If you see him in either of those, you hover over the little blue tab on the top of your screen in the camera, and he will go away and you'll go back to the stage. And that will get super intense, especially when you have Foxy and the music box and the generator, and it gets so intense that it's just insane. Every mechanic just flows into one another, and it is so good. And it's just like some of the best gameplay I played in a Fnaf game in so long. This is just, I'm just gonna say it right here. I think this game plays better than Fnaf 2, mostly because it does a lot of stuff that Fnaf 2 does, but better, because it's more variety in the mechanics. And it's just so insane. And also, the phone guy will explain the mechanics to you and not just give you vague hints. And I actually beat this game, and I even beat Special Night 6, which after the place gets snowed in, you'll have to face off against Shadow Frankfurt and Spring Bonnie and Fredbear. And it is such an intense night. I failed my first couple attempts. I didn't know what to do, so I went to the most trusted source, looking at a doco video. And after looking at that for 5 seconds, I realized what I was doing wrong, and so I continued, and I ended up beating the night after failing so many times. And all of the mechanics are very simple because they're all just sugar. Literally, they just are. They will go through either hallway, it doesn't matter. Spring Bonnie and Fredbear can come through your left and right hallway. See them like leaning from it. You just have to use the flashlight on them or the spotlight on them and they'll go away. But don't immediately put on the camera. Wait like a little bit longer after they go away so then they won't kill you. And they'll also spawn in your front hallway, and when they do that, you'll have to put on their mask after going into the camera. Frank Burt will just either spawn in your room, but he has a lower chance of spawning on like the other two, and you have to put on the mask, and you'll like do like a phantom like jump scare on you, and then he'll spawn in the hallway and you just have to shine the light on him, kind of like Foxy, and he'll go away. And I forgot to mention, I think Golden Freddy will have a chance to spawn in your room and just put on the mask. You have a chance to spawn in the hallway, put on your mask. That was kind of terrifying when it happened to me a couple of times, and also there were hallucinations. So yeah, this game is so good. It is some of the best gameplay I've ever played in a FNAF fan game. And you know what, that isn't really that much to say, because the FNAF fan games I played were on Roblox, or it was Five Nights at Krusty Krab's. So yeah, I didn't really play many, but out of all of them, this one is the best. It is so good and so fun, and I love everything about the gameplay. So yeah, that was the gameplay of this game. So now the conclusion to this video. How did I feel about Return to Freddy's 2 Winter Wonderland? If you watched the video, you probably know what I'm going to say. This game is fudging amazing. It is so good. It is so awesome. And it is one of the best FNAF fan games I've ever played. It's just so good. Like, it is just amazing. Every mechanic flows into one another, and it's just such a good game. I love almost everything about it, except for some of the end of night mini games, because those can be not that fun, mostly because I kind of suck at them. But it is just so awesome. Luminance Productions did such a good job on this game, and like, I hope they make more, because it was just so good. I might even play the Return to Freddy's 1 remake they did. That might be awesome. And I kind of knew this game was going to be great when I seen that opening cutscene with the puppet, and I knew it was going to be some high quality stuff. And also, forgot to mention this in gameplay, but there was an extras menu where you get to see a lot of behind the scenes stuff. You get to see the jump scares, and you get to see some of the renders, and it's just a really cool thing, and it's just really awesome. But you can also access the custom night from that. I did not attempt the custom night because no, I'm not doing it. I'm not that good at this game to do that. So yeah, there's also a classic mode after you beat the game where you can play the original version. I tried to beat the first night and I died to Freddy, and yeah, it's cool that it has a classic mode. Maybe one day I'll play it, probably not, because I'm not really that big of a fan of old FNAF fan games. So yeah, this game is really good. I think you should go play it because it's just that good. And yeah, that's basically all I have to say about the Christmas FNAF fan game. So I hope you guys like this video. If you want to see more like this, put in the comments below. And thanks for the support like always. This was your host, KetoMan64. See you all in the next one. Goodbye.